Fans of Slipknot are either going to enjoy this album or tear it apart. It took me a few minutes to realize that this is a funky yet really heavy spoof on Slipknot of sorts. I believe the music here, though, will speak for itself. Let's get to that review. Terry here again, guiding metal music defenders like you to the newest metal music. You love getting new metal music before everyone else, don't you? After our Redline review, I'll put you in command of yet another 3 mighty metal albums to add to your collection right after this one. Sound like a deal? Let's go ahead. Redline covers all of the stuff here on this list. I review, analyze, and break down the newest extreme releases from my weekly chart so you get the best new metal daily. Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat by Kaosis, or Kaosis, either one. It's the band's latest album up for a fresh Redline review. Let's break this guy down. I open the band's app page and I see that there are 8 strong-sounding tracks totaling 36 minutes. The album cover artwork, as you can see, is green and black. It is really attractive looking. It's emerald-like. It has faded standard fonts up in the right-hand corner if you look very closely. Thanks to the artist, I had no problems picking this one out for review from the batch. It was about at this moment when I realized that some of this stuff is the first works from Slipknot, and that's where I'm going to go with this particular review. So they classified themselves in Apple Music as metal. Between that rating, the album cover artwork, the song titles, and a quick sound check, I visualized something pretty heavy. My genre description before I start the review, it's going to be new or groove metal. We'll see if that changes in the end during my reveal. So moving ahead here, track number 1 opens with ominous sounds, big effects, and then it blasts open with that huge, brutal new metal sound, angry vocals, big riffs, explosive rhythms, big tempo shifts. The bass guitar is the standout here. It's crushing, by the way, and I'm loving it so far. Track number 2 is deep and somber with a thick layer of, again, that bass guitar and percussions. It's a fresh and actually well-done version of Slipknot's Gently. That's a spoiler alert for you, and it's really, really cool. Track 3 is a mix of metal, funk, punk, colorful, bursting yet strong, very rangy and cool stuff here so far. Track 4 rather, is a punchy, angry groove metal song. It's very groovy and so musical. It's so rangy, up and down. It's very neat stuff. Track 5, again, with that locomotive bass guitar, rangy with wicked, sinister sampling, and I am enjoying this immensely at this point. The rest of the album was fun, strong, and very complex with a ton of metal music color, even hip-hop elements in here. Realizing this is from Anders Kulsefny, formerly of Slipknot, I guess what do you expect? In summary, thick, sinister fry vocals, huge, bubbly bass, and new metal crunch are the highlights of this album. It's well done, and it's smart, and it's fun, and I wonder, though, a little wee bit about lawsuits down the road from Slipknot, though. Who knows? I haven't read the news. The recording and sound quality here is fully professional, very clean, top to bottom. Production and musicality, rather, was very raw, in my opinion. I rate the overall levels of rhythm and tempo as very high, with a range of 8 and 9 in that area, while the harmonies and melodies also very high, very smart too, in the 7-8 area range of presence in this album as well. The lyrical theme I find is complex feelings, pretty much similar to Slipknot's style. Becoming a mainstream or radio act here is a possibility. The range, flow, and layout of the album is consistent, and the tracks are arranged quite meticulously. I describe the vocals as beastly, while the guitars I can only describe as a fantastic range of colors, riffs, and expressions. Bass section was the highlight. It was a bulldozer with awesome full-scale attack, and finally, the drums and percussion performance was outstanding. Sound and performance-wise, there were huge samples akin to the Slipknot and Marilyn Manson feel, Overall, the energy and intensity here is massive. They remind me, of course, of Slipknot, Marilyn Manson's early work, Korn, and also the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I told you about that funky, groovy sound. Temperature rating here is a mix of hot and cold. Tonality feel is a range of dark to light, happy to sad, while the overall colors I describe personally as the rainbow, okay, of colors here. The general feeling I had during this session was actually it was a white-knuckled ride. It was really fun. It led me to give this album a pretty big seismic reading of 8.3 on my Richter scale, and I'm going to listen to this one. I'm heading out on a road trip tonight, and I think I'm going to listen to this one while I'm out there driving. My predictions from earlier were nu metal, but finally I reveal that my personal official genre description, it's going to be nu metal with peanut butter and jam on it. It was just loaded, and it was a lot of fun. I couldn't find anything to use online for this masterful piece of work in regards to a bio about the album or anything. So my favorite tracks were 1, 2, 6, and 7. Of course, it's going into my library, and I also encourage you to stream and experience them for yourself. That's it for another episode of Redline Reviews. I'm going to dig into my treasure chest and recommend something equally funky I reviewed not long ago, Ihsahn's self-titled album, Just For You. Just to say thanks for hanging out, and a recap. Yesterday, during episode 84, I reviewed Vault of Horrors by Aborted, and I added No Name Graves by The Last 10 Seconds of Life from my secret stash at the end. And that is your 4 album recommendations in around 7 minutes. See that last episode, by the way, for the full scoop. Stream them for yourself and see if they are for you. And lastly, everybody, remember, you have the power to support all metal artists. Stream them, engage them on social, buy the merch, see them live if you can. Join me again soon for another episode of Redline. And finally, hit that subscribe button. Set up notifications so you can get your new albums here first. Cheers, everybody. Have a great afternoon.